they are more capable of getting women than other men, and that makes them on the same playing field as the women. I agree with that.
I agree with that.
Thank you.
Let me just, okay, so it kind of comes down to this supposed, alleged double standard.
I agree
Here's the
with that.
difference, though. Most women can sleep with most men. Most men cannot sleep with most women. An average woman has the equivalent, let's say, negotiating power or the equivalent pull as a famous male. Average woman has, as a male, to have the same pull with women that women have, or the average woman has with men, as you must be famous. Average woman has, that's as a male, you disagree. You could sleep with a new guy every single day of the week. As you must be famous. Average woman has, that's as a male, you disagree. You could sleep with a new guy every single day of the week. As you must be famous. Average woman. Day of the week, if you were so inclined,
For the rest of your life.
although I wouldn't say you're average looking, but I mean, an average woman facing negotiating power or the equivalent pull as a famous male. As a male, to have the same pull with women that women have, that an average woman has with men, you must be famous. That's the power. You disagree. You could sleep with a new guy every single day of the week, if you were so inclined.
For the rest of your life.
Although I wouldn't say you're average looking, but I mean, an average woman, even a woman less attractive than you, could sleep with a new guy every single day of the week. In order to pull that off as a guy, you have to
can make those choices, but I wouldn't say most people are, men or women.
Whether they're acting on it or not, Eric, by the way, can you open the door, please? Whether they're acting on it or not, it doesn't matter. The potentiality is still there.
My
Is that a
question
real
is,
word? Potentiality?
Let me look it up. I'll tell you what, if it is a real word, you have to, I don't know. If it is a real word, you have to do a fit check.
The whole...
It's a real word. Okay, fit check.
Potentiality?
Am I actually going to do a fit check?
We're actually doing a fit check.
Here's the fit, y'all.
Wait, we didn't see it.
Ooh.
Wait, a little spin.
He's only 19.
A whole spin. We gotta see a little spin.
360 going.
Full spin. Turn over the room.
Oh, just scoot the chair back. That's fine.
Fit check.
Okay. The potentiality of that fit check was
Potentiality of the
She
fit
has
check has
high
been
fantastic.
potentiality.
Fantastical. Okay, anyways. I don't know where I was on there, but
what I want to know is why a man is going to be so concerned about a body count or decisions that a woman made prior to knowing him, because there's so many factors that could go into that. There could be childhood trauma,
point.
sexual
Let him
trauma,
explain.
so on and so on, that triggers promiscuity.
it doesn't undo. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it needs to undo, but why would should that matter to decisions that you made prior to knowing somebody?
Okay. If you rob a liquor store at gunpoint, if you did it because you had childhood trauma, it doesn't undo the fact that you have just committed a felony and you're about to spend a lot of time in prison. So
well,
just because the reasons, it doesn't undo.
Right, but if you serve your time, you do your therapy, you get
Okay.
treated.
Yeah.
You're taking the example there.
No, yeah, because your example is a bit stretched, because we're talking about decisions made in the past. So say you meet a woman that served time for whatever crime that she did. She served the time, she's out, she's working a phenomenal job, she makes great money, she has a whole life ahead of her. Something that happened potentially when she was 18 or 19, it does not reflect her success as a 20, 30-year-old woman.
Let's just use this example. Your future jobs are going to see that, and they're going to take that into consideration if they want to hire you.
Not always, because it depends on the industry. I know
I wrong?
I do have friends that have done time that are currently working six-figure jobs and up with criminal records.
Well, they're still taking it into consideration.
But clearly not enough if they're hiring them.
There's plenty of scenarios where in this situation where having a criminal record can have some negative ramifications. The comparison I would make is, can you still be successful if you have an extensive criminal record and make a lot of money? Yes. Is it probably going to bar you for life from certain type of jobs? Yes. And correspondingly, if we kind of make the connection here, being promiscuous in your past may very well prevent you from a high value guy taking you seriously for a long-term commitment and wifing you. If you had a promiscuous past, a lot of men are going to look at that and say, I'm not going to take the risk. And let me ask you this question.
What risk is that?
Losing half of your shit in 20 years.
Like
So
cheating,
you're
divorce.
correlating past promiscuity with gold digging.
No.
That's not what taking half of the shit is.
They've actually done. There's been multiple studies on this. The more premarital sexual partners that you've had, the higher likelihood of divorce, the higher likelihood of infidelity, and the greater likelihood of reporting relationship and marriage dissatisfaction.
From just the woman's side or from a man's side too?
From both, but it's more pronounced in women. So for both men and women, the more premarital sexual partners you've had, it's a greater indicator for divorce, but it's more pronounced in women.
I think it was something like past 3 bodies, it drops. The chance of divorce goes up by 15%
Wasn't
or
it
more.
5? Remember 5?
It's either 3
I think
or
it's after
5.
6. That's when it's like a pretty major thing. But okay, let's talk about, how you
6
can
in your
change.
whole life?
Let me ask you a question though. You say you can change, right? Your body count, that's your past. Mm-hmm. Let's say you found out you're interested in starting to date a guy. You somehow find out, maybe he admits it, maybe you hear through the grapevine, that every single ex he had, he cheated on them. It's his past.
It's a pattern.
But are you going to take pause? Or, I don't know. If I heard about a girl and she cheated on every single one of her exes, she might not do it with me. She might not, but I'm not going to take that risk.
Okay, this is where I can understand what you're saying, and that's a great point. However, I would like to also say, so for example, the difference in making decisions like that when you're in a relationship as opposed to when you're single, I think that is also something to factor in. When you are single, you have the freedom to hook up with or date around or sleep with whoever you want. Maybe you have a really crappy dating history and I know a girl that falls very fast for guys and she sleeps with them fairly quickly, and most of them don't work out, but her body count went up fairly quickly.
What is it? What's her body count?
I don't know her exact number anymore, but when her and I were friends, at that point it was, I want to say, in the 70s.
Me right now.
Yo, send the asteroid. 70? God damn.
70, bro? Are you
Yo,
kidding
send the
me?
asteroid.
70?
God
70?
damn. Holy shit. Okay.
But she also, she
Wow.
prior to her having a large body count, she was in a long-term relationship and she was engaged, and she ended the engagement because she realized that's not somebody she wanted to be with for the rest of her life. That was prior to her ever having a large body count. That was, I think, her
That
first
proves
5
their very fucking
in her body count
point,
from what she told
bro.
me.
Oh my god.
So she went from being engaged with 5 bodies to 70 plus?
Yes.
And how has her struggle for finding a new potential husband been going?
She's now in a committed relationship of the past few years.
But see, that's the thing, is the exception doesn't make the rule. We need to keep that in mind. Just
Okay,
because
but
she got lucky and found somebody that she's
It's not
happy
lucky.
with.
I honestly,
I'd say
I hate
dating
when,
is pretty lucky at this point.
I mean, maybe to you, but it's a case by case basis, in my opinion. We can't. This is the problem with dating and stereotypes and statistics, is we're going off of, well, 70% of men this and 30% of women that. We can't do that when going into. It's like the same thing. If it's like you're taking your past hurt and trauma into every new date and relationships, you're never going to find somebody successfully if you're bringing this past hurt with you.
Well, let me just say one thing in defense of Cade here.
I agree with her a lot, but some men don't know how to fucking get past that trauma.
No luck involved in Cade's romantic pursuits. Cade he's a sniper. He sees, he gets. No, but okay, so
Always on a mission. It's a mission.
I know I was going around the table on one question. I don't know if it was like the who pays, or I think we'd moved on to something else.
Something about being, do you want to be promiscuous?
Mm-hmm.
I think
I feel like
We got that one.
Okay, let's do the super chats. Okay, we have let's see. Or did we do this one from Davon?
Yes.
Wait. No. Yo, Davon Jackson, thank you for the $20 super chat. These girls trying to defend being a 304 so bad has me. I'm out for the night. That girl Jade from the other show, being newly celibate and in therapy, is why guys avoid girls with a promiscuous past. The trauma is unavoidable. Hey, Davon, thank you for tuning in. Have a good night, man. Appreciate you. And yeah, that was kind of crazy, her trajectory there from 26 to virgin to major trauma, 30 body count or something, 20, 30, I don't know what it was. But Lies and Politics, $10 super chat. Does Andrew Tate being convicted as a, Jesus Christ, everything he's ever said, or will there be more grifters to follow? First off, he hasn't been convicted. He's been detained / arrested. I don't know if it's detained or arrested. I don't know the terminology in Romania, but there's been some disputing reports. Two of the victims have come forward and said, we were in a business relationship with him. We were engaged, we were not romantically engaged, but we were engaged in business with him, doing OnlyFans. He was our manager. We didn't even want to be victim.
And the funny thing about that is, two of the women that they're wanting to use on the Romanian television have actually came forth and said, we are not victims.
That's who I'm talking about, yeah.
Those ones?
Yeah, and so, look, who knows? If he's found guilty, then he's guilty, but so I believe
innocent until proven guilty.
Innocent until proven guilty. Yo, Jay, thank you for the $10 super chat. Brian, they're lying about reality. If you ask your friends, let's go to X. Thank you, man. Are you expected to pay for them? No. No one does this in 99% of cases. Saying let's go out doesn't mean you're expected to pay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is actually a really good point, because you think about it, like with your friends. Like, let's say one of your girlfriends was like, hey, listen, would you like to go? Oh, shit. Let's say one of your girlfriends says, hey, would you like to go on a trip with me to Hawaii? If she asks you that, are you expecting her to pay for your flight and pay for everything?
That's not a romantic pursuit.
Yeah, I feel like if a dude did that, I wouldn't expect him to pay for my flight and everything either.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but also dates and friendship dates are not a romantic pursuit.
Okay. But, I mean, birth control alarm.
My work alarm.
Okay, let me get these other soup chats here.
Getting a lot.
Yeah, yo. Lies and Politics, thank you for the $20 super chat. Sex should only happen for the purposes of procreation within the context of marriage. Return to the one true holy apostolic church and repent of your wicked ways before it's too late. I think he's trolling a little bit, but...
he's bringing up my Catholic school trauma right now.
Yeah, it's...
See, here's the thing about that, and I have a very good friend who's 27 and a virgin, and she's very attractive. She'll be waiting until she's married, but the thing is, she's very admirable, and I respect her a lot, but I don't think it's wise to buy a car without test driving it. You might have zero sexual chemistry with somebody. You have amazing personal chemistry.
And Martin super chatted $50. We are in trouble as a society. Marriage rates, birth rates, lower than ever in history. Divorce, antidepressants / anxiety meds higher than ever before in history. Most unhappy demo of human, Single.
Thank you. Oh, it got cut off. Yeah, I don't. TTS is weird. I'll pull it back up. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Someone was. Okay, let me pull this back up. So hold on, Eric. Yo, we have lies in politics. So, I mean, I disagree. Sex can be for fun, bonding, recreation, but I do think people should try to err less so on having sex casually and try to not rack up a high body count and try to keep your body count low. And actually, if you're going to have sex with someone, want to pursue a relationship with them. So, yeah. Yo, we got volleyball tastes good. Thank you for the $25 super chat. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. What does it take for a 5'5" guy to be attractive?
Act like you're 6'3".
Yeah, humor.
Confidence is key.
Act the same way.
Confidence is key. That's it. Just be 5'5" and confident. Really quick on this. We'll go around the table really quick, guys. So, what's your height, and do you have a height?
6'3".
Yeah, humor.
What does it take for a 5'5" guy to be attractive?
Act like you're 6'3".
Yeah, humor.
Confidence is key.
Act the same way.
Confidence is key. That's it. Just be 5'5" and confident. Really quick on this. We'll go around the table really quick, guys. So, what's your height? And
if you're 5'5" and you're like 23, you must feel like the whole world is bigger than you. And they're just saying, be confident.
You have a height requirement. What's your bare minimum for a guy's height?
I'm 5'6", and I've dated somebody who was 1.5 inches shorter than me, and it wasn't really a problem. I still thought I was super hot.
I'm 5'2". I've dated someone who's 5'8", and that's probably the requirement, bare minimum.
5'8" bare minimum? Okay. What about you?
I'm 5'7", and I honestly don't care about height as long as they don't make it their entire personality that they're either like really tall or really short, because that's like the weird confidence thing where it's like that's just a weird issue that they have and it's not going to go away.
That's so true.
I'm 4'11", and I will say like 5'7.5" to 5'8".
Wait, hold on. You're 4'11"?
Yeah. Thank you. I will give my. Thank you.
You're 4'11".
He loves 4'11" chicks. Wait, you're 4'11"?
I will say like 5'7.5" to 5'8".
Wait, hold on.
Hold on.
You're 4'11"?
Yeah. Thank you. I will give myself maybe like worth 11.5. You know, I wear a lot of platforms, so I'll give it that.
Okay. What about you?
I'm 5'8", and I have dated someone that's 5'10".
So that's your bare minimum, 5'10"?
Yeah, 5'10".
Okay.
Bring the music back. I am 4'11.5".
Yes.
I'm waiting for my cue. Where's the music?
Hold on. I got something for you. Hold on.
I got something for you. Come on.
4'11.5".
I got something for you.
I'm waiting for my cue. Where's the music?
Hold on. I got something for you. Hold on. I'm sorry, that half.
Why did that sound like pig squealing? That
Did
was.
sound like
I am.
Hold on,
What
I
about
got
you?
something.
I'm 5'8", and I have dated someone that's 5'10".
So that's your bare minimum, 5'10"?
Yeah, 5'10".
Okay.
Bring the music back. I am
What?
4'11.5".
Yes.
I'm waiting for my cue. Where's the music?
Hold on. I got something for you. Hold on.
I got
I'm sorry, that half.
Why did that sound like pig squealing? That
did
was.
sound like pig
that was
squealing.
like.
You've never heard
counts.
Where did
The
you
half
get a clip
counts.
of my laugh?
You've never heard that before?
That
Okay.
literally sounds like a pig squeal. But yeah.
That works.
Well, the half counts. Yes, the shortest I've ever dated was 5'7", but I'd probably say anywhere between 5'7" and 5'8" would be the shortest.
Okay. Cade, what about you?
See, I actually like the taller women because if I'm going to date you seriously and take you into consideration long term, I'm thinking about my children in the future. I'm trying to breed D1 model athletes. So 5'7" is minimum. Between 5'7", 5'10", 5'11", I've had exes that are 6 foot, 6'2". So as long as they're shorter than me, I mean, You don't have to be, but I prefer it.
Word. Yeah, honestly, if her height doesn't start with 4, she ain't the one.
Oh, you like the shorties?
I like the shorties.
That's a good
If her height, what's that? No, I've heard. Yeah.
I love the shorties.
Okay. Yeah, we got. I mean, I don't really care, honestly.
Yeah.
But do I have a slight preference for like short girls? Yes, I do. But
so it's okay to have a preference. That's what you're saying. It's okay for you to have a preference. It's okay for us to have a preference. It's chill.
Yeah. I think it's
as
fine.
long as it's not the whole personality.
I think it's fine. I mean, here's the thing though. I'll date a girl who's taller than me. So it's not like for some women it's like must be this tall, or definitely won't date a guy shorter than me. She can be legally a midget. She can be an WNBA player. I do not care.
I do not care. I do not.
Yo, we have Oni Nofro. Thank you for the Canadian $20 super chat. What WNBA? It's like must be this tall, or definitely won't date a guy shorter than me. She can be legally a midget. She can be an WNBA player. I do not care. Okay.
I don't agree with the midget part, but the W.
Yo, we have Oni Nofro. Thank you for the Canadian $20 super chat. Why body count matters? Okay, simple.
We have stats.
Research has shown. Hold on, let me pull something up real quick. Research has shown impaired pair bonding potentiality 1 equals 50%, 2 equals 0.25%, 3 equals 12.5%, etc., etc. This predisposes failure of relationships. History shapes the future. Stop making excuses. Yeah, I mean, the other thing too is just if your body count's high, you've had a lot of previous partner, you've kind of detached sex from intimacy, and you're going to have a much harder time pair bonding with someone. If you've had 50 prior partners, your pair bonding ability is frazzled.
So interesting.
He says frazzled.
Japan's
ability bonding with someone. If you've had 50 prior partners, your pair bonding ability is frazzled.
So interesting because Japan's having the exact opposite problem. People aren't fucking there, and nobody's getting married there or having kids either. So it's really kind of an interesting dichotomy.
Well, I'm not particularly well read on the happenings in the Japanese dating
but
marketplace,
basically they're having a lot of problems.
Not particularly well, I'm not particularly well read on the happenings in the Japanese dating
but
marketplace.
Basically they're having a lot of problems with people not getting married, having kids. Their society isn't really moving forward. They're trying to have more children and stuff because of that.
They'd love you there. You should move to Japan.
You just want me to leave.
No.
Attention super chat $49.99. Catholic trauma. If you're on F, you have guilt by association irrespective of your content. Selling your morals, dignity, and your future prospects will yield nothing more than the vacuous chasm between your legs.
Vacuous chasm. Goddamn, Zentians.
You have guilt by association irrespective of your content. Selling your morals, dignity, and your future prospects will yield nothing more than the vacuous chasm between your legs.
Vacuous chasm. Goddamn, Zentians.
Vacuous.
I mean, if you didn't hate me, I'd say that you have, some nice literary speech in there. But I think that, I was joking a little bit when I said Catholic trauma. I didn't have a bad experience at Catholic school, but it did kind of, I grew up very modest, and it did kind of push me in the direction of wanting to explore my sexuality when I grew up. So now that I have an OF, I don't feel that I've lost my dignity or respect or future prospects. If anything, I feel I have a lot more opportunities lined up because of it, and like a house and stuff that I would never be able to get without it. So
okay, cool. All right, let me get these other soup chats. Guys, thank you so much for all the soup chats. Really appreciate it. I'm gonna try to get to all of them right now. Let's see. Okay. Yo, Beaten Cheeks, thank you for the $20 super chat. Men have to earn/work for their value. Women are born with their value. Easy to maintain by being healthy, virgin/low body count, and you'll get a good average man or top 20% easily. Actually, this does kind of bring us back to the conversation we were having about the double standards. I don't know if we really wrapped that up, in that you were you were saying how you were saying how if a guy has a high body count, he shouldn't judge a woman for having a high body count. And
oh God, the whole judgment.
we were sort of talking about, well, there is a bit of a difference between men and women as to the double standard. And I think that's commonly, it goes, the way it's usually viewed is women are viewed as sluts and men are viewed as studs. That's typically how it's viewed. Girls are shamed for it,
right?
And men are kind of like, congrats, you're a champ, you're a legend, da da da, whatever.
And also, since the beginning of civilization, women have been frowned upon for being promiscuous. I mean, even in biblical times, I think they get stoned. So, since the dawn of history being recorded, women were supposed to have one partner.
I would add men too.
Well, the kings back then had way more than one.
But I'm talking, okay, like in Western, and now I'm
Western
not
society.
Western because
days?
of Christianity. So male.
That's a new concept if you think about it.
Well, 2,000 years.
Only
are you looking back like
couple,
caveman days and shit?
No, only the past couple hundred years have we really decided a monogamy is the way to go.
Well, Christianity's been around for over 2,000 years, so both male and female chastity was valued.
But as a man,
up until 50, 60, 70 years ago.
Still, regardless of monogamy or polygamy, the man who could get the women was still respected. He wasn't shunned.
Okay, you're talking like kings and sultans.
Regardless
they
if you're
harems
a king. Well, yeah, but the kings, every king had handmaidens, and Bill Clinton.
Huh?
Let's talk about Bill Clinton.
Wait, what?
It's over.
Whoa.
Monica Lewinsky.
Train of thought.
Some Monica Lewinsky shit.
Oh, word? Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Hillary stayed with him.
Let me. That is true. Let me get these other super chats. Yo, Shane M, thank you for the $20 super chat. The fact is, all men want girls that not just any men can have, but average men have enough trouble finding women and can't force that preference. High value men can, because 50% of women are all going for the top 20% of all men.
I love these
And the
stats
funny thing
we're all
is,
just pulling out of
20% of all men, is it 20% of men have 80% of the women, or all 100% of the women?
I think it's something along the lines of, and obviously these probably are not exact numbers, but 80% of women are chasing after the top 10, top 20% of men. And actually, you know what? We do have a video on this, and we have some stats that we can pull up too. But Eric, why don't you pull up a video that's semi-related to this, that can kind of articulate what's going on. Go to the videos tab. It's the JP. It should be the first one. Yeah, go for it.
Well, it seems a lot of the women's liberation movement of late, the sexual liberation that you spoke about, it seems to advantage men far more than women.
No, it doesn't.
Well, because they get the sex without the responsibility.
Yeah, but it doesn't disadvantage men. It disadvantages a very small proportion of hyper-successful and increasingly
Holiday Gaming
men.
super chatted
Because it disadvantages
$50.
most.
Why is it that when a man talks about a girl and not so good like they think we hate them? I'm sure that I can speak for most guys when I say you can do it, but we will judge.
Oh, so you don't hate me?
Did he say beat them?
Yeah.
Or-
Hate. He said hate.
Keep playing it. Sorry, guys. We had a TTS come in during the video.
Because what happens is that when the sexual constraints are lifted off women, they all migrate to a very small percentage of men. 5% maybe. And then those men have an almost unlimited field of sexual access. And so you could say that's a benefit to them, but it's not, because it trains them to be manipulative, Machiavellian, instrumental psychopaths, because all they're doing is pursuing a string of pleasure-based, hedonistic, short-term relationships. That's bad training if you want to be a reciprocal human being and if you want to learn how to participate in a real relationship. Yeah. So, and then it's catastrophe for the women, because none of those men are incentivized to form anything that approximates a long-term relationship. And then the rest of the men are left with nothing. Yeah, so that's
disastrous for society.
Disastrous, yeah, it's disastrous.
Any reaction to that, anybody?
Gotta love Jordan Peterson.
Yeah, so basically what's kind of happening now, you've what was the term he used?
It
was
all women hate Jordan, all men love him type
something
shit. It's hilarious.
deregulated the sexual marketplace. So when that happens, basically, and we have the data to back this up from dating apps. How do most people meet nowadays? Online. They meet on dating apps. Women swipe no on like 90% of guys. They're all swiping on the same guys. So all those guys at the top, they're going to get all the girls. There's no incentive for them to commit, so they're going to keep you around for sex. But they'll never commit to you. Men will sleep down. So we'll sleep with a girl who's less attractive than us because sex.
Why not?
And then, but those guys won't commit. So women are chasing after these really attractive guys, and he says it's bad for those guys, and I don't know where I stand on that, but it's bad for most women and it's bad for most men, ultimately, because, and we see it playing out. People aren't getting into relationships, and we see a rise in male, like, Eric, can you pull up that thing from the Washington Post, the study they did with the who's reported sexlessness in the past?
You know, it's crazy. They say that by 2030, 50% of women will be single.
I can see that. We're all dating each other now. On the low.
Yeah, because we're all over the men population. That's why we're single.
Wait, what?
I said because we're all over the male population. What's left?
Well, you're over the 10 or 20% of men that are treating you poorly.
Which is most of the population.
20% is not most of the population.
No, I'm saying the way that they act. And we're over the way that they act, a good majority of them. It's gotten really old, the same game.
Okay, but have you ever said that the guy's too nice?
Have I ever said that somebody's too nice? I don't know if I've said they're too nice.
See, as the guy that used to be too nice, you can't be too nice. They don't want it.
They don't want it.
I've given nice guys a chance.
Okay, but why is why is there a trope of women being attracted to bad boys and jerks and assholes? You got women. Women are the women are the gatekeepers of sex. You choose who you sleep with. If you're consistently sleeping with shitty men, you have nobody to blame but yourself. You disregard the guys that would be loyal, good partners, but they don't excite you. How often do you hear girls say, I didn't feel the connection, I didn't feel the vibe, I didn't feel the chemistry, there wasn't a click. You're looking for some sort of excitement that only guys who are either assholes, jerks, or bad boys are going to be able to elicit.
Again, I think that's subjective. Personally speaking, I have given nice guys a chance, and I have definitely felt a connection with douchebags. I've felt a connection with guys that were awesome, but I think that there should be a form of excitement no matter who they are, whether they're nice or they're not. There should be something to look forward to.
Do you think a good relationship, a long-lasting relationship, the foundation of that has anything to do with how excited someone makes you?
I don't know if excited is the word.
Well, women live their life based on they crave drama. If you have to bring drama to the woman's life in some shape, way, or form. No, women crave drama. They what do they do when they get together and they're with their friends? They talk about other girls. They talk
Everybody's
about
very
problems.
biologically
Not my friends and I. We talk. I think it's important to be with somebody that you can learn from and that.
With their friends, they talk about other girls. They talk
Everybody's
about
very
problems.
biologically
Not my friends and I. We talk. I think it's important to be with somebody that you can learn from and that you can also teach and is willing to learn from you as well, and more about intellectuality as opposed to being too nice or being too mean. And I don't think excitement would be the word.
You're like turned on by smartness.
Yeah,
intellect.
Absolutely. Intellect and I don't know, like somebody that's actually goal driven and going towards something.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
I mean, I kind of disagree with the whole. Are you talking about ambition, ambitious men?
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think women really care all that much about ambition.
But we're telling you we do.
I think it depends on the girl. If we're ambitious, I want an ambitious guy.
Let me qualify my statement. Women are attracted to ambitious men who have reaped the rewards of said ambition.
Not true.
Not true.
Not true.
I am the most ambitious man in Santa Barbara. Okay,
That's
maybe
not true at all either.
Women aren't. I'm pretty damn ambitious.
Yes, sure.
Women aren't busting down the door to date me because of my ambition. They don't. It's not like
when someone's goal oriented, that's a huge turn on. Like,
do you state that like in your day? Like, do you express that you are ambitious?
Well,
that's weird to say. By the way,
then
I'm
a girl
so
just
ambitious.
isn't gonna know. You know what I mean?
But also,
they're gonna know.
Look around
they can
you.
See.
Look around you.
Express that you are ambitious.
Well,
that's weird to say. By the way,
then
I'm
a girl
so
just
ambitious.
isn't gonna know. You know what I mean?
But also,
they're gonna know.
Look around
they can
you.
See.
Look around.
Ambition is
But
shown in your
what if she
behavior.
doesn't know?
Maybe it goes back to you splitting the bill on the first.
Yeah.
Well, you exhibit your ambition from your behavior and the things you talk about and the way you present yourself.
I think the ultimate thing, if I can do a little psychoanalysis, that might be preventing someone like you from attaining your dream girl is just that you have this block where you think about so much about body count, so much about her being a high value woman, instead of just going to the date, finding someone you connect with, and then seeing like, could I build a family with this person? Is this someone who's going to be loyal to me, accountable, somebody I can trust? Will this be a good mother? How does she react in terrible situations? These are the questions that you should be asking your future partner. And as a woman, I'm looking for somebody also accountable. Am I going to need to remind him every weekend to help me with shit? Or is he going to be out there doing it? And that body count doesn't really factor in for me, even though I don't have a high body count. I'm just looking for somebody who's going to like be my solid partner, you know?
I mean, so you're saying your dating advice to me is that I'm going in with what? Too much expectations?
I don't even think it's expectations. I think it's judgment. I think you're like going in with
Turn this into the mic, please.
A little like too much judgment instead of taking into account all these other things. You're focused on these like minuscule things, and you're
minuscule.
I mean,
body
you're just
count?
not. You're not taking. You're just saying body count. That's like so.
It's such a fundamental disagreement. It's such a fun. When you're talking to a guy that has clout and he hasn't fucked that many girls, that you're never gonna win, because he's literally spent his whole life making sure that he did not fuck a shit ton of girls, not to have this type of conversation. But if a conversation like this did get brought up, he's like, "Wait, so you're telling me you slept with like 50 more dudes than I slept with women?" Yeah, nah, I'm good. Like it's
physical. Like, are you not?
You're focused too much on the past too. You're not really focused as much
present.
towards someone's present and future, what they're working towards,
See,
and stuff like that. From what you've told us.
Okay, thank you for the feedback. Here's what's so funny to me is I think women are unaccustomed to hearing men communicate and articulate their preferences, standards, and boundaries. Women are the queens, or maybe the kings, I don't know, of going for exactly what they want. You guys have laundry lists of criteria that a guy needs to meet. Y'all swipe left on like 90% of dudes. So you're talking about physicality. Women are much harsher judges of, if we're speaking of physical attraction, women are far harsher judges of men on physical attractiveness than men are towards women. As far as like stats, we as men, we really don't ask for a lot. Women will have literally a list of shit that a guy has to meet. He's got to be tall. He's got to be good looking. He's got to be great in bed. He's got to be all these things. We as men, we don't ask for a lot, but the things that we do ask for matter a lot. So it's just funny, like men are not allowed to have preferences, standards, and boundaries.
Nobody said that.
We're not saying that. We're just saying that.
You played a pretty ringtone when she said she was 4'11", but when somebody else said that their preference was guys over 5'7" and up, that was like not good. So it's just this constant.
No. There's nothing. I don't have a. I acknowledge that women are more attracted to men that are taller.
Okay,
I don't.
But you're saying that men have less preferences.
Yes.
And women have more. But when we went around the table and compared just this very small test group, you know, all of us said, I dated a guy shorter than me and loved him. We went around and said, you know, just slightly taller or whatever. And then you really like women who are 4'11" and said that's your preference highly. So it's just kind of like, we all have preferences. We're human beings, and sorry. So why don't we just
Zenchen super
look
chatted
for
$99.99 to the girl, and yes, I mean girl. I have been in SoCal for a while, and the egregious rampant vanity and mental disorders here pale far in comparison to your delusion. No HBM will claim someone with that past that you.
Oh wait, I wanted to hear it.
No high-value man will claim someone with that past that you deem worthy. Only cats and box wine await for you.
I'm so excited for that.
Dude, Zentience A, thank you for the big $100 super chat, man. Appreciate it. I need to tweak the TTS a bit. So I think it cuts off after.
$100 to
Yes.
Thank you, baby. You're such a good boy.
Do you want to blow him a kiss? Here, look into Eric. Can you hide that?
Which one?
This camera right here.
You're such a good boy.
Whoa.
Say that again.
For a $99 super chat, maybe.
Oh, okay. Don't tempt him to a good time. Okay, so just to bring it back, you were saying something about the height and how
I just think it's comparable. We have preferences that are comparable, and I don't think that women have tons more preferences than guys. I just think that we're looking for somebody who's not going to be judgy, who's going to just kind of be authentic and, you know, have at least that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a motivated guy who's going to help me with my business and build his own, and just kind of like, I want to grow with someone, basically.
I think it's entirely fine to have preferences, whether you're a man or woman. It's just upsetting to women when men only see us as our bodies and our body count.
I agree.
your body count doesn't have to necessarily do with your body.
That is
like it's behavior.
Well, it depends on how you value women.
I mean, what's the first word of that?
Yeah.
No. But body count. If you've slept, aside from sexually transmitted diseases, which we can talk about, having had a lot of sexual partners does not change your outward physical appearance. Although
it's
perhaps
not really about physical appearance. It's about how you value women's bodies. And
how we value women's bodies. How I value your past sexual behavior is a behavior, not your physical body.
Yeah, I understand that. But when I see a guy who I'm interested in, I don't see him as just his past relationships or what he's done in the past. I see him as his personality, his intelligence, the way he treats people. You know, there's more going on.
I certainly look at other things too besides just a woman's body count, if you think that that's the only thing I care about.
But you did mention that once you find out a woman's body count, it's like an eyebrow raiser and most of the time a red flag.
Sure.
Yeah.
So
women have things that might be deal breakers for them too.
Okay, but say you never knew the woman's body count in an alternate universe. Say you didn't know her body count, but you grew to know and love her for her and the qualities that she has that don't have to do with her sexual past.
Well, so you're saying I'm with a girl, the body count thing never comes up. We've been dating for a year, fall in love with her, and then somehow I find out she slept with 100 men before me.
I'm a whore.
Is that kind of what you're asking?
Yeah.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Yeah,
Wait, so
goodbye.
do people think that if you have a lower body count, like you're automatically going to be able to get like a higher rated guy?
Or like
Wait.
you're any
Well,
better
no,
of a
I don't think those two things correlate.
Wait, can you repeat that
Like
again?
I saw a comment earlier and it was somebody was saying like if you have like a lower body count, like you're more likely to get with like the top 20% of men.
Wait, hold on.
Like with a lower body count.
If a girl has a lower body
Yeah.
count, she's more likely to get with
Yeah, it's like
High
date
value
like
man.
Yeah, high value man.
I disagree with that because let's just put into example the girls in LA. I'd say they have a lot higher body counts than other girls in, say, Wyoming. And who's dating those guys in LA, the high value ones, the girls with the high body counts, just because of their looks, regardless of the body
LA
count.
guys
Okay.
are not high value.
So what I would say is that if you
High value.
With high body counts,
That's a
just
dig.
because of their looks, regardless of the
LA
body counts.
guys
Okay.
are not
San
high value.
Francisco.
So what I would say is that if you have a low body count, men will recognize that, and that will be something that they value in a partner for long-term commitment. I think you ask most men, that's a major plus if you have a low body count.
It's like relationships like is more likely to be stronger if a female has a lower body count.
We're probably okay. So
Correct.
a lot of guys, when it comes to just like, for me, even if it's something casual, which I'm not particularly interested in, I'm not interested in one night stands. It doesn't interest me. If I want to sleep with someone, if I want to have sex with someone, I want a continuity. I want to keep seeing them. But a lot of guys will tell you, for casual sex, for friends with benefits, body
Whatever.
count, whatever. But for marriage, for wife, for kids, for long-term relationship, that's when they're going to care a lot more about your past promiscuity. So I would say, yes, if you have a low body count, you are going to be much more appealing to a high value man, let's say.
Okay, I'm gonna ask this question then. Say you were dating a girl and she has a body count of 6 people, but 4 of those 6 people were married men or her best friend's boyfriend or something like that. But you don't know that information. All you know is that her body count is 6.
I still only care that it's 6. I don't care.
Yeah.
No.
Wait, can you just repeat the last part? So the guys were married. What was the other part of it?
Okay, so you don't know the details behind the information of the body count being 6. All you know is that her body count is 6, and you're comparing it to a girl with a body count of, say, 20, who they've all been guys that she was either interested in or dated in some form. You're gonna say that you would rather say goodbye immediately to the girl with 20 as opposed to the girl that has a body count of 6, but 4 of the 6 were married men or her best friend's boyfriend or something like
She's
that.
still been ran through less. At the end of the day, she's still been ran through less.
But she's made horrible decisions.
She might have been. We all make bad mistakes,
so-
but she's made less
So aren't you
mistakes.
saying quality over quantity, or is that what you're saying? Like,
the whole argument started talking about whether this was about bodies or not, and the argument was that it's actually about like sexual choices, and so it's a sexual choice whether or not you're going to sleep with your friend's husband. It's a sexual
really
choice
think
if you're
about
going to
sex
cheat
so
on your
differently.
partner.
It's
Those are
actually
terrible sexual choices. That's the point she's making. However, you're saying that
That's a morality issue, not a sex.
right, even if she did that with 6 people, horrible moral choices, you're saying that you'd still prefer her over somebody who's been with 20 guys that were normal moral hookups. So you'd choose a cheater.
Her value is still her. If we're gonna get a little.
So that means it's about the body.
If the body count.
Wait,
But
what?
quality
You see what I'm
over
saying?
quantity, no?
yeah, that's
Like,
I don't even.
okay, okay.
It's not about the
Like-
quality. It's not about the quality versus quantity when it comes to a woman. It's about the quantity.
You wanted to come in? Go ahead.
No, I was trying to explain to you because you look so confused. Like, if
Explain.
a girl, like you're like seeing 2 girls. One girl has gotten with like 20 people, but they were just like regular guys, whatever, like met through dating apps, like normal people. But this other girl has a body count of 6, but each of those people have been like a home wrecking like case, like best friend's boyfriend, a married dude. Like they were
She
very
cheated.
immoral like choices. but it's still lower than 20. Like, which matters more to you?
If she was cheating,
but you didn't know that information. All you knew were the body counts. You knew 20 and 6.
Well, then
I
this
didn't know that.
entire argument is invalid because you'd have to assume that you knew that information.
I think it matters if you know. Yeah.
If you know, but we're not going to know.
But okay, but the point of it is, it's like you are then dismissing women for their body count just based on a number and not based on the choices made with the number.
Like how many times a penis
They still have a choice. They still made many. They still made choices. They still made less choices than the person.
Is anyone in the chat confused? Okay,
I'm sure everyone's
I'm a little confused.
All right, let's go to bed, buddy. Let's go 9-9.